guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse how I'm looking, but today I'm gonna be doing a brow soap tutorial kind of thing. Obviously I'm not a makeup artist, but I had a lot of people ask me if I could do a video where I show how I do my brows, and I didn't think they were anything amazing, but loads of you guys asked if I would do one, so I'm gonna do one. I just want to say that there is no right or wrong way. Like, you do your brows how you like to do them. So yeah, but I'll show you guys how I do mine, and hopefully that might help some of you guys to try something new out. I would love it if you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because it does really help my channel. And yeah, let's just start with the video. So the first thing you're gonna need is some soap. I'm using the Mango Body Shop soap, which is like that. You can use pretty much any soap, to be honest with you. The only thing is, I would recommend getting one that is kind of clear or see-through, if that makes sense. One that kind of looks like that, because the ones that are white, I found when I tried using them, it would leave like white residue like all around my eyebrows. So I would recommend one that isn't white, if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to describe it. I haven't had a chance to clean my spoolie yet, so please ignore this, but you'll need a spoolie. And I recommend having a few, to be honest. I have some other random ones like these. You can order a pack of these for like, I think £2 on Amazon or something, so maybe invest in getting some of those, or just get one of these ones, up to you. And you'll need one obviously for soap, and you'll need a couple of others. You don't have to do this, but I like to go through with a clean one that hasn't got soap in it, just to kind of make it look more natural. And then you'll need obviously a brush to put some eyeshadow powder. You don't have to do this, I just like doing this as well because my eyebrows naturally have a bit of an odd shape. I like to then use some concealer to go underneath and kind of define it a bit more. I like to do my eyebrows before I put any makeup on, which is why I'm barefaced. So I'm just going to get on and show you guys how I actually do it. Ignore how I look. This does not match my outfit, and ignore my breakout. Lockdown has not been kind to me. It's not been kind to my skin. It's not been kind to anyone, so let's just ignore that. One other thing I will say, with your eyebrows, make sure you don't have any dry skin, because when you use the spoolie, it'll kind of mess with it. I'm really weird, but I literally just keep my soap in my packet. I just think it's easier. Like, I don't know where else I'd put it. So what I do is, you can just use water, but I'm lazy, so I just use my toner that I've got here. I don't know if this is good or bad, but that's what I do. And I just put a couple of drops like onto the soap here. You don't need too much water, otherwise it gets like too liquidy and soapy. And then I just get my spoolie and I start rubbing it in like that, and just get it all wet. I promise you I'm not grim. I am going to clean this out because it looks disgusting, but for the meantime I'm just going to show you what I do. So I'll start with this brow. You just want to push it up, and you want to do this a few times until it actually starts to stick up. I don't know if you can already see. Look at that. I know it looks a bit mental, but... And you're fully in control. Like, you can choose how much you want it to stick up, how little you want it to. One thing I probably will do at some point is trim my eyebrows, because they're actually quite long and I didn't realize that. But yeah, you just want to keep pushing it up until it fully sticks down. And if your brow or your spoolie is like really wet, you might want to like let it dry for a bit before you put product in, because that can mess it up. I know this looks mental and I've got a few gaps, but you just got to trust the process. That's why I like to use powder, because look, if I just went out like that, I would look insane. Whereas if I put a bit of powder in, it kind of fills it in. So you can already see a huge difference. Look at that, and look at that. That's huge, isn't it? So now I'm just going to wet my cotton bud ever so slightly, and I'm just going to go around and clear the soap, like that's kind of underneath it. So now I'm just going to go in and do the other brow, do the same thing. I really wish I had like nice natural brows to kind of like, just so that I could do this and then like that would be it. I wouldn't have to do anything else. Obviously I don't have to, but like, I don't have to explain it. I just feel naked if I don't put something on my brows. Like, if I left it like this, I'd feel so naked. I'm just gonna go over on these little brow bits here, because they're not going down, they're not sticking for some reason. I really don't know why. I just have a gap there. It's really bothering me. And then I'm just gonna go over with a cotton bud where my soapy areas are, just to kind of clear it. The next thing you want to do is grab an eyeshadow palette. I'm just using one from Beauty Bay, and then pick whatever shade suits you most. I use this shade over here, Preppy Pecan. I don't know if you can see it. It's just that one there. So you need an angled brush, something like that. If you want to use powder, you can just leave it like this if you want to, if you're blessed with naturally lovely looking brows, but I'm not. So it's entirely up to you. Like, you can literally just like apply it and brush it through so it looks really natural like that. Like, that's quite a nice natural way to do it. Like, you can already see a slight like difference. So I just get like powder on my brush, obviously, and then I'll just go through and like make a line like that. I don't know if you can see, and then I'll brush it up from the line. But this does make it look quite prominent. Like, it doesn't make it like, you could use other methods to make it look more natural, but I just like to do it this way for some reason. And the thing that's great with this is that it doesn't have to be precise and neat. Like, it's supposed to look natural and a bit, I don't want to say wild, but a bit wild. It's not supposed to look tamed, if that makes any sense. So you don't have to worry too much if it looks a bit like, oh, my eyebrows don't look like perfect and stuff. Like, it's not supposed to. It is quite big, but I feel like once I've got my hair done, it's not gonna look as insane. And like I said, you can trim your eyebrows so that your eyebrow hairs don't go up as high as mine do, but I mean, I quite like them like this. You might not. It's personal preference, I guess. So okay, so I'm just gonna go in now and try and make it look similar to that one. That's what they're looking like at the moment. I'll just do like a proper close-up so you can see. It looks so like defined and like natural. I got loads of powder on my nose, so I'm just gonna clean that up quickly. So one thing that I like to do sometimes, you don't have to do this, I just get like a clean, I say clean, it's black, but it's not got soap on it basically. I just get a spoolie like this. It hasn't got any soap on it, it's dry, and then I'll just brush through slightly to make the powder not as like intense. I feel like I put it on quite naturally anyway, so I don't have to do this too much. And you don't want to brush through too heavy because then you'll unstick the hairs, but just lightly go through it. But it just brushes it through, makes it look a bit more natural. So the next thing I'm going to do is conceal like under here and maybe a tiny bit above here. Like, you don't want to do too much, otherwise it will look really like unnatural. But well, you can do that if you want. I just personally don't. But I'm going to be using the Pro Conceal by LA Girl, and then you want like a little brush, like a flat one like this, to kind of help spread it, or you can use an angled one, whatever you prefer. You just want to pop some onto the brush like that and then start defining it. So I just use a brush like this to blend out the concealer. So as you can see, it's a lot more defined now compared to that one. And what I like to do sometimes, you don't always have to do this because it does make it look a bit more defined, but sometimes I'll just put a tiny bit of concealer and just go down here, if that makes any sense, so that like this line is more prominent, if that makes sense. You can go through and like define the whole brow, but I don't know, I just don't do that personally. I don't know if you can see, but like, look at that. It looks just so natural and defined. I'm gonna try and do the exact same thing for that one so it looks similar, but yeah, I just love the look of this. So now I've put concealer on, I'll do a quick close-up to show you guys how they look like. I hate being this close to the camera, oh my god. I hate coming so close to the camera because you can see all my spots, but anyways. That's what they look like now. A lot more defined, and they look quite similar, which is really nice. So you can leave it like this if you want to. They're essentially done now, but what I like to do sometimes as well is just go in with some highlighter and just highlight the very top here. That is essentially how I do my brows. After this, I will just go and continue doing my whole face of makeup, but there's no point filming this because this is a brow tutorial, not a full face of makeup tutorial. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who asked me to do this. Like, it's actually so nice people ask me to do videos. So if you guys have any other videos you want me to do, just let me know. Please be sure to like this video and to subscribe to my channel because it does really help me a lot. And just make sure the post notification bell is on because sometimes it doesn't work properly. So if you have it on, you'll know my videos are up and stuff, and sometimes I'm all over the place with when I upload, so that might be quite useful. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.